Thank you, angels. Thank you. I'm so blessed to stand in your light. You're so brilliant. You're so beautiful. Rainbow, sparkly, gorgeous, brilliant light. I stand here in your light, in my light, and we're one light. We're one sacred heart beating together from heaven. My name is THERESA Gooch, and I'm so blessed. I'm so blessed to be alive. Last week, I did my favorite thing in the world. I hopped on my turquoise bike that I bought when our kids were about 8 and 9, and I rode along the Willamette River. And it is the most beautiful, beautiful river with the trees. At this time of year, the limbs are bowing down, and I'm high-fiving them. I'm so grateful because I follow the seasons along that river. Sometimes in the winter, actually all the time in the winter, they've lost all their leaves, and the only thing you see is their foundation. And it's silhouetted against gray skies of Oregon, but it's so beautiful. And sometimes I look at those and I go, thank you, I know you're alive. But they don't look alive. Sometimes we go through times in our life and we know we're alive. There's life surging within us, and everyone else might think we're not. And so, last week, when those branches were bending down to greet me, I just said, thank you. Thank you for this new life. There's not a single leaf on that tree that's the same. They're all brand new. It's a brand new life this year. Oh, I love life. I was writing, and every year I do this. These people are passing me, and they're smiling so big. And after about the fourth or fifth person, I'm going, why are they smiling so big at me? And I realize I have this perpetual smile that is so huge, and they're just smiling back at me. And I realized, because it makes my heart so happy when I'm on that river, on my bike, I realized that when I love life, I love me. And when I love me, I love life. I didn't know what I was going to say up here because I wanted whatever I said to come through as real and raw and fresh and alive. And I would find myself rehearsing in my mind, and I'd go, oh yeah, right, okay, I'm just going to trust. I'm just going to surrender to whatever it is because I want to touch your heart in a way that only I can touch it. So last week, my husband and I are coming out of hot yoga, and he says, I can't half see. And I said, oh, Don, it's hotter in there, it's cooler out here, your glasses are probably just fogged up. No, my glasses aren't fogged up. I can't half see. And so he puts his hand up to his glasses, and one of the lenses out, so he can't half see. So we're in the car, and it just struck me so funny, and I just start laughing. He said, "Why are you laughing?" I said, it's just striking me so funny, this whole thing. Like, you're telling me that you can't half see. I said, did you realize what just happened? When you are completely out of your head, Don, you totally know the truth. He's like, "Oh, yeah, I did say that, didn't I?" Yeah. So 2 hours later or so, at the seamstress, and she's going on and on about how busy she is at having all these weddings, and I'm like, this isn't for a wedding. This is for like kind of a TED Talk kind of a thing. So she goes, "Oh, that's cool." Then she asked me a couple more questions, and then she looks at me and she says, "So, what's your talk about?" And I knew in that moment that I had to really fake it, and I didn't have time to think at all, and so I just blurted out, "It's about self-love." I could not argue with that when I got in the car, because I'd just given my husband that editorial that when you're out of your head, you completely know the truth. So I just sat in the car and I laughed and I said, "Angels, thank you for the big tip." So, self-love. I'm convinced that self-loathing is the epidemic of humanity. And self-love is the key to our freedom and our sovereignty. That's been my journey. And I believe it is everyone's eternal, ever-expanding, forever journey. Because I don't think there's any end to how much we'll expand and how much we'll love. I used to just I couldn't stand myself. I was too ugly, I was too stupid, I was not good enough in every way. And literally would get sick to my stomach because we owned a real estate office, and to go to any kind of a party, it was like I chickened out most of the time because I couldn't be in front of people. What changed that for me, because I was looking at everything I was not. One time, I met my sisters and my mom for her 80th birthday, and we'd gone to this art gallery that had an Italian bistro in it. And I sat down and I looked across at this sculpture. It was a human sculpture, and there was this script written beside it. And I cannot remember what that script said. All I can remember is the word vessel about 5 or 6 times. And I thought, oh, I'm just a vessel. I am a vessel of divinity. Magnificent, miraculous vessel of divinity in this human form named my name. I can love that. And I started to love just the vessel, the things that I could see on the outside, the hands that I could hold, the hugs I could give, the smile that I could give, the light in my eyes, everything about this vessel that I could express God through. And I started to love and appreciate that more and more, and it's taken years. And even this vessel is so expansive, it's unending. Because we just look at our feet, all the places they've taken us, but when we go inside to the cell and how miraculous and magnificent just a single cell is, and we have trillions of them, and how do we treat those? Are we talking to those like we are the queen and king of that kingdom? Are we loving every single cell that is doing so much for us, moving us back into balance in every second, fraction of a second, because every cell loves us so much? We have universes inside of us, universes of suns that light us up, There's so much to love. So much to love. I'm so grateful that I can stand here and love me. And when I have that in my heart, the more I have that in my heart, the more I want everyone to have that in their heart. When I was riding my bike, I just thought, I want everyone in the world. I want everyone to have this bike. I want them all to ride along this river because I love it so much. You want them to know how good love is. I hope you know. I hope you know how precious, how magnificent, how miraculous you are. And that every single step that you take, you're creating sacred pathways on this earth because you are sacred. And your light is the light that's grounding the columns of light from heaven into this world, anchoring it where you are. Have you ever felt insignificant? Have you ever felt like you don't matter? I want to tell you, you do. We're here together in this light, and we'll always be together in this light. But when you go back where you are, you're anchoring the light. And if you think you really don't matter, just imagine your life right now. Where you are, your family, your friends, where you work. Imagine you in it. And now imagine you not in it. Their brightest light is gone. That's how important you are. It doesn't matter what you're doing. It doesn't matter anything. You're so much light, and this world needs so much light. Thank you with all my heart for being here in this world, for walking with me as we walk together, creating sacred pathways along this earth, bringing heaven to earth, so that one day this will be heaven on earth. Thank you. Yay.